That's what comes out the air fryer. Like, these are drumsticks. What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back in the video on the channel. Today we made Nashville hot boneless drumsticks, which is an oxymoron that makes absolutely no sense, but that is exactly what we did. Let me walk you through the process. We'll start with the chicken. Now, I took the chicken off of the bone. I bought about a pack of drumsticks. It was about 2 pounds, $3.52. That's why I like to rock with those. But chop those off the bone. So we just made a split down the middle and then just cut around so that we had the chicken laid flat. That is what you see here. Season that up with the usual suspects. That is what you see there. And of course, I forgot to put the baking powder, but you can see when I loaded it up into the air fryer that it is on there. It's Clabber Girl, that's the brand. I feel like that's everybody's brand of baking powder. So put that in there, 375, always the same time, 30 minutes. Boneless, always 30 minutes. I didn't have to turn these over as well. Once I got those out of there, I mixed 2 tablespoons. You can use any kind of oil. I would try to use a neutral tasting one. Don't use like olive oil, because it's gonna give like obviously you'll taste the olive oil in it. But we mixed that with about 1.5 tablespoons of the Nashville hot seasoning, and we just dredged that in there before we got it out there. Those are looking so good. Angel hair pasta, obviously put that, boiled it. Then we had some Alfredo sauce. I had to get rid of it, so that is why it is in there. We didn't use too much though, and we used a little bit of pasta water to kind of dilute it a little bit. And then I added the Chinese, fried rice seasoning that I've been using so much. Basically the same way that I made the ramen the other week, but I just used Alfredo instead of actually cheese, but the flavor profile is going to be pretty similar. Obviously there's garlic, it's roasted garlic Alfredo, and I did add garlic powder to the mix as well. And then I just steamed off some Brussels sprouts, because you know I like Brussels sprouts, and nobody likes Brussels sprouts but me. But that is the rundown. I need to get into these. I got chopsticks. I don't know why I use chopsticks, but listen. Ready? Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Look. That's what comes out the air fryer. Like, these are drumsticks, for real. I can't wait to try these bad boys though. All right, crunch time. It's a dub. Oh, that's tasty. I love that Nashville hot seasoning. You saw it in the beginning of the video. I found it, it's at Walmart actually. And I bought like 5 things of it, because I know I'm gonna, if I don't, I wouldn't find it again. Just get a little bit of this. A little bit of that action. Y'all hear that? This time that is actually not the Toretto family, when it's always a loud car coming past. But it's a plane. You know what's good if I giggle? What the hell was that? Ooh, it's a little bit like the Nashville seasoning right here. What the hell am I giggling for today? Damn, it's good, bro. No joke. Again, this was super cheap. If I had to like, now if I counted the seasonings, it would cost a little bit more, but I had the seasoning on hand. But for what's an actual meal, the Alfredo, it's only a half a can, and they're $2.50. So about 25. Give me that. Bag of Brussels sprouts. It's $1. So we got $2.25. The entire 2-pound container of chicken drumsticks is $3.25. Didn't use the whole container. It's about half of it. But even if I did, with $1.25 pasta container it's $1.50. Because this is protein plus. If you use regular pasta, that's $1. It's the whole box though. So with all that, like $6, man. You know how we eat now, balling on a budget. Oh, God. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but like the cheapest food be tasting so good. The only thing I don't like about drumsticks, and that's why I started cutting them off the bone. I don't like the little cartilage pieces when you bite into it and get a little funny, so I just cut it off. If you're not bougie like me, you can just cook them like that. They cook much faster when they're off the bone, and I just don't like the little funny pieces. So I was like, why don't you just take it off? I didn't really show the process on how to do it. Just make sure you have a really sharp knife and just cut lengthwise and then around the drumstick and then just start going around and just cut it off. You'll get like a whole fillet. It looks like a boneless or a boneless chicken thigh almost. But I'll eat that all day before I start eating chicken breast. I rarely eat chicken breast. First of all, it's got to be on sale because it's way too expensive. Second of all, even when it's like juicy, it's still kind of dry. You know what I mean? Like I'll eat it, but I've always been team dark meat. Yeah. Like people go to like KFC or like Popeyes or any kind of fried chicken place, and they're like, "Oh, save me the breast." I'm like, "You could take that shit. I don't want it. I don't want it, bro." Which is right up my alley, because dark meat, cheap. And the drumsticks are always the cheapest. Like, the legs, I'm not even joking. The container that you can get of legs is like as big as this plate. This is not a small plate, by the way. And $3. For real. Or you can get that leg quarter. You can get a whole container of those for like $4 too, like the big ones. Which is like the thumb. I said the thumb. It's been a long day. The drum and the leg, or the thigh. Wow, long day. I feel like the older I get, the shorter my thinking window gets. Because I am not a morning person. I am not all there in the morning. My brain don't work right. I couldn't imagine, like, this is like, I'm a married people out there. If you're married, I don't know how you do it. Like, if you're married and not a morning person, let me know. Because, how? I could not wake up every morning with a morning person that just be happy as hell in the morning. Like, oh, hey, I need like 30 minutes. I know I'm not the only person that sets like 14 alarms. Because I know I'm sleeping through like the first 6. I know I'm the only person. Your alarm be like 7 a.m., 7:05, 7:07, 7:10, and then you hit the snooze button, so it just be ringing, ringing, ringing. That's me. If it wasn't for my dogs, they're like my real alarm. Because once they hear the alarm, they start perking up. Be ready to go. Yeah. Once they get up, you gotta get up. That's what people, if you have dogs, like dogs are like kids, man. They really are. Like, hold up. Gotta get my bag of lemonade. Might be time to retire this though. It's hard to clean that. It's super hard. I'll still be doing it though. But the dogs, man, they're like kids. They want attention all the time. They whine when you don't give it to them. They whine when they don't get what they want. They understand you. Sometimes they're a little stubborn. When it's time they gotta go, they gotta go to the bathroom, or they're hungry, they're gonna let you know. And I know how some of y'all feel that have kids. It's my dogs. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do next time? Because that is fire. I'm gonna do that. For real. Somebody remind me. Oh man. I'm gonna make the noodles with the Nashville hot. Like, because I'm getting like some of the oil, the sauce, on the noodles. Bro. That is gonna bang. Oh goodness. That is gonna bang. For real. So next time, I'm gonna put it in the oil and saute it with the pasta. That's gonna be a dub. That's coming. I will not forget that. Oh man. The Nashville hot chicken spaghetti. Nashville hot chicken angel hair. Oh, that's good. For real. Dub. That is a W moment right there. I'm gonna lose my train of thought. And there's some of you out there with dogs and kids. I could not imagine. Whew. I love my dogs to death. Like, they're really like my kids. I'm careful about who I introduce them to. Like, for real. Like, I don't let my dogs just around anybody. That's for real. I'll be getting defensive. Somebody say something about my dogs. And I know people do that with their kids too. You'd be like, oh, my kid is so annoying. And if somebody's like, yeah, you'd be like, what you mean? That's all I am. Because I get that part. I love my dogs, but sometimes, man, I just need to be left alone. And they don't believe in that. They're not ready for that. Like, you can't see. Because you're going to see what I'm showing you. They are right there. Behind the camera. They're very well-behaved boys. Everybody always says, oh, your dogs are so well-behaved. I'm like, yeah, they are. Like, I'm not like some kind of crazy person with them. I just establish rules and boundaries and let them do their thing within it. They know when I'm doing certain things, like this, that just relax for a little bit, and I'll be back. And they won't bother me. I don't know how people be having them, like, and again, this isn't more of like a judging thing. This is more of like, I don't know how you deal with it. Kind of thing. That if you have the type of dogs that like you can't leave your food around or like bark at the mailman and stuff like that, that would drive me crazy. I know people like growing up and some friends I have, their dogs, like if they leave food on the table, their dog will go get it. And I'm like, you're just gonna do it anyway. And I'm like, you can stop people from doing that. Like, Again, I don't tell people how to raise their kids or dogs. And I'm just saying, I don't know how I would like deal with it. I would go nuts. Oh, I hear that. I'm telling you, with the noodles, it's gonna bang. It's gonna bang. W meal, bro. Only I would try to pick up a little Brussels sprout with a chopstick. Dub. Actually, I have to take them outside one more time before I go to bed. They got their little routine, you know? So they know when I say it's bedtime, they go there. But it's kind of strange because I kind of understand, even though I don't have kids, like how people feel that like sense of pride. Like I have pictures, people like, oh, let me see your dogs. I'm like, oh, for real? I'm like, I can here's them at the park. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've raised them, you know, from them when they were like little babies. So like you feel that, like you watch them grow. So it's just crazy. Oh, crazy and Nashville hot. That's what crazy. Man. Bro, do that. Man, that is like for a cheap meal, absolute banger, bro. Put whatever sauce you want in it. Put whatever sauce you want in the pasta. But throw that all together. Cheap beats. Still eat like kings. Feel me? Still not sure about tomorrow. I know people kind of been asking about the excuse me, about the like whole unfiltered thing. Look, you know, I'm not gonna force somebody to do something when they're not feeling well. It's not the easiest thing in the world to sit on a camera and talk, as much as people might not realize it. It's hard for me when I feel under the weather too, but it's my channel, so I do it anyway. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm asking him to, you know what I mean? So he will be back. I'm just not sure when. It could be tomorrow. It could be next weekend. It could be the weekend after that. I don't know, but you know, I don't force my friends to do stuff. Like, that's weird. So, we'll see. But either way, we'll be back tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.